Today I want to talk about confrontation, because I'm not a confrontational person, and if I'm honest, I'm not sure whether that's a good or a bad thing. Before I made this video, I spent a bit of time trying to work out which side of the confrontation coin I sit on. Whether I wanted to be like, yo, confrontation is good, you should go stand your ground and not let that guy take your sandwich. Or whether I want to be like, no, confrontation is bad, you should just float through life, be laid back and let people have those sandwiches. Let them take your coins, let them have your articles of clothing off your very back. Actually, probably not that non-confrontational. You should never let anyone take the clothes off of your back. I should probably also clarify that no one has ever taken my sandwiches, coins or articles of clothing. No, seriously, no one has ever taken my clothing. Who would want it anyway? Seriously. No. As I said at the beginning of this video, I don't consider myself to be a confrontational person. I'll actively avoid fights and steer clear of confrontation where possible, but there is the odd occasion where I'll snap. And I think that snapping is normal. It's not great, but we all do it sometimes. You keep things in, you hold them back, and put a smile on your face. But it's not always easy to hold those annoyances back, and they find a way out eventually, which of course leads to you getting confrontational. You snap, but it's not the end of your world. Unless of course your snapping leads you to violently assault someone, or say something that you'll really regret. And I'm not talking about calling someone fat, no. I've seen people throw bundles of personal information back in people's faces as they snap, and it's never nice to watch. And it sounds cheesy, but you can never be too careful with what you say, as you never know if those words are going to be your last words to that person. I almost made the same mistake a few years ago with my grandfather, where I really snapped and lost it at him and declared that I never wanted to see him again, stormed out of their house, and that was that. I was really stubborn, being stressed, but fortunately I came to my senses, apologised sincerely, and went back and hung out with them and saw my family again, because they're family. You can't cut them out of your lives. But you can cut out restaurants. 2 weeks ago I was in a restaurant with some friends and the service was really bad. But I bit my tongue and I let it slide. I didn't say anything. There's something about being in England and being English that means we tend to not complain. We moan about things a lot. We walk out of restaurants and moan to friends. Why are you moaning? Why don't you just go and complain? Oh, I'll write an email afterwards. No. We never write emails. We're British. Very British problems. Complain as you leave, but don't complain to the people. Anyway, they forgot my food, and the one thing you never do is forget my food, because I really like food. So I went up to the woman, I was like, hey, you forgot my food. Can I complain? And the manager comes over and she's like, so, heard you have a problem? And I very timidly looked up at her and went, yes, my food was not brought out, not really happy with this. It's terrible service. Because I'm not a confrontational person, I can't do confrontation. And then she was like, okay, we'll refund your bill, we won't charge you for the food, and that was it. Ended. Done. Confrontation over. I almost had a panic attack that day. It's like, oh wow, that was like a whole roller coaster of confrontation. What was happening? I was like evolving, going through a change, like what is this? Like I'm gonna say so no. Have you ever been caught in confrontation? Let me know if you've had a bad confrontational experience before and what it is in the comments below. Also throw a like on the video and subscribe because it helps out a lot, and maybe watch these two videos. This one is a collab I did with my friend Cherry, or this one is a Q&A where you get to ask me questions, or you ask me questions, I answer the questions, you get to know me better. Bye.